Hey, good morning. It's Wednesday, July 28th. So good to be with you this morning. One of the things I like about being able to do the videos on a daily basis with you is things happen in the world around us sometimes, and I think it's worth noting. If you follow the Olympics at all, you're aware that Simone Biles has decided not to compete in the next round of contests for which she was heavily favored to win gold in a stunning fashion in all of them. But she's decided to step down for at least this next section because the expectations of those around her were such that she could live up to them anymore. She is an exceptional athlete, but it's not enough for the world and for the committees, the gymnastics committees. They couldn't handle the fact that she was so much better, so they changed the way that things are graded. They made her challenge even more difficult. And eventually, all the hype, all the commercials, all the expectations, she got to this and she was not able to perform at the level that she knew she could. So she gave this quote last night about why she's not going forward with this next step at least. She says, "We also have to focus on ourselves because at the end of the day, we're human too. So we have to protect our mind and our body rather than just go out there and do what the world wants us to do. We have to protect our mind and our body rather than just go out there and do what the world wants us to do." That struck me so, it was impactful to me, because it's exactly the words that Paul has given us in Romans chapter 12. He says, "Don't conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will." I don't know Simone's heart. I don't know if she's a Christian. It's not the point that I want to make this morning. The point I want to make is that she is conforming to what God says is reality. If you try and live up to the way that the world wants you to live, and that, in this case, it's the world system, it's the people, it's the expectations, it's the desires of others, when we are shaped by what other people want us to be rather than accept the fact of who God made us to be. God doesn't make any mistakes in the way he brought us out. Our world is telling us he makes mistakes all the time. What we have to do is not allow the world to tell us how to look at ourselves. And that's what Simone is saying. I'm not going to allow myself to be shaped, identified by people who really, all they want from me is the enjoyment they get from watching me do my stuff. They couldn't handle her greatness. They couldn't handle who she was. Well, the reality is that apart from being able to trust God, follow in his ways, we can't trust anyone to shape us and make us into something. Anyone who does that will distort things for us. So we have all these terms. We have codependency, we have identity crisis, we have all these situations which all come down from one basic reality. We are allowing ourselves to be conformed by what the world says we should be. Don't conform any longer to the pattern of this world. Don't let this world shape you and make you. Don't let other people's opinions shape you and make you. Don't allow you to think of yourself in terms of the way other people do, in terms of the way anything other than what the Word of God says. See, again, Psalm 139, we are all unique individuals. We are all special. Whatever our backgrounds, whatever is there, God is not asleep at the switch when he made us this way. Just as people can't accept the fact that Simone Biles is so much better, so they want to make it fair for the rest of us instead of appreciating the greatness that's there. Well, that's what happens all the time. People will not accept us on the basis of what God says. And we won't accept ourselves on the basis of what God says. So that's the message from this morning. Don't be conformed by something that wants to put you in a box, make you think, act, emote in a way that is consistent with the desires of the culture around you or people that you interact with who want something from you. Don't go there. Be transformed by letting your mind be renewed by the God who made you the way you are. And he can take you just as you are right now with all of your flaws, and we all have them, but with all of your strengths, and we all have those, and transform us into people who live life in a way that God has called us to live it. Don't be conformed. Don't be squeezed. Don't have the humanity wrung out of you. The image of God attempted to be wrung out of you by people who want you to conform to a system, which is literally going to hell in a handbasket. Rather, transform yourself to be free from all this junk and know the beauty of what it means to walk after God, so that we won't be conformed. We won't be put in a box. May God bless us that we will be that way. Again, thanks so much for being here, and Lord willing, we'll see you tonight. Have a great day. Bye-bye.